Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time now to glue the rudder onto the vertical stabilizer. So the very first thing that I've done is prep the hinges by taking a little bit of oil from this little pendilio here, and all I did was put one little drop on the hinges, and then I've worked them back and forth, and this will hopefully prevent me from accidentally gluing the hinges to themselves and thus making them not work, which that would be a pretty bad thing. So that has been completed. So I need to mix up some epoxy here, and we're gonna do both sides at the same time, and let me show you why I think we need to do that. If I were to glue this in right now, this is how we'd have to put the piece on. Whoops. Okay. Everything needs to kind of be at an angle for it to actually fit on. Remember, I had a hard time with this before. Oops. Scooch back here a little bit. Alright, so if you watch the hinges, okay, so we'll put it in the bottom first, but you see how nothing really lines up? The hinges need to be able to pivot up just a bit in order to fit that on, and then to kind of wiggle it in place, and then we'll move it back and forth a little bit to get the hinges to align correctly, and then we'll let it dry just like that. So that's kind of the process, because the hinges don't go straight, they go so that they're perpendicular to this line here, and so that's why it's so tough. And if you remember, I kind of struggled with that a long time ago when I was building the thing. So that's going to be our process, and I just need to mix up some 30-minute epoxy and also mix in a little bit of the milled fiberglass. So anyway, alright guys, we're going to go ahead and mix up our epoxy here. And so let's go ahead and I'm using 30-minute epoxy just so I've got enough time to work with it. Okay. Now we're going to use our milled fiberglass. And we'll go ahead and stir that up. Okay, and that's about the consistency that we want, just kind of a caramel type consistency. And we'll go ahead and get going. Okay. Go ahead and take this off. Alright, and we'll go ahead and put this down in the holes. Okay. And same thing on this side. Sorry guys, I lost you there for a minute. The battery died, but we are back. So I'm going to start putting in the hinges on the vertical stab side right now. And we're just going to coat the outside here just a bit. Alright, I think we are just about ready here. Okay, so now I'm going to coat this side. Be sure to get this. Okay, we're just about ready. I want to make sure that there's enough glue in this part here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can do this. Come on. There we go. Come on. All right. Okay. So hopefully you get to see some of that. I was having a little bit of a panic attack there. I need to scrape off some of the excess here. We'll see how lucky we get. Alright, well, one thing I want to fix right away is that big glob right there. So I'm going to get some denatured alcohol and get that off before it screws up my paint. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and let this dry. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and hopefully when it is, we won't have a solid fixture here, but we'll have a actual rudder. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it and show you the results. Okay guys, so here's our finished product. We've got our rudder attached to our vertical stab, and you can see looks like it works just fine. There's the back. And I think we've got plenty of deflection from what I've read on the forums. This rudder can actually cause the F-16 to roll, so you don't need a whole lot. But that's it. So on our next step, we need to attach this actually to the plane back there. So we'll make the mounting plate and screw it in. So until then, we'll see you next time.